All right. Is it live? YouTube. What's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? YouTube. Yeah, this video is gonna be we're gonna be talking about let me wait for some people to come in here. Let me see. Some people come in here. I'll wait for some people to come in. It's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, we got some people coming in. What's going on? YouTube. Let's see. There's only 4 people in here. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to come on in here. What's going on? We got 11 people in here. All right, let me get going with this video. So, I was reading through. First of all, this video is going to be about. This video going to be about the PPP loan. I wanted to talk about how we can get our SBA loan, our SBA PPP loan forgiven. All right. My other video, I talked about some stuff, but I found some new information, and I wanted to make sure y'all get this information because I don't know. I mean, I would hate for y'all have to be. I hate for y'all have to pay this money back when you can just do what I'm telling you to do, and you don't have to worry about paying this money back. Because we need it. These rates ain't paying good. Let me see. Kyle, he got his PPP from Chase. What? I didn't know Chase was handing out PPPs like that. Okay. Yeah. Apocalypse. I ain't seen Apocalypse in a long time. But anyway, so the SBA they just released the forgiveness loan application. Okay, they just released it. It was like what, Friday, Saturday, and I don't know how many people doing videos on it, but I'm gonna do a video on it. And if you want to download the PPP loan forgiveness application, just click the link down below, and it'll take you right to the application. You print it out. I mean, depending on where you got it from, I mean, they might have the thing online, so you may not have to print it out. Like PayPal and a lot of these places, some of these banks, they got it already built into a web browser where all you got to do is type the stuff in on your phone, on your computer, and you can do a digital signature and sign the application and submit your documents. You just upload it, right? So let's get to this PPP application. All right. So I read through this application. Okay, here's the application. All right. Like I said, is you just click the link down in the thing down below, and to bring it up. Okay. It's a lot of stuff. It's about 11 pages. Okay, it's 11 pages. A lot of this stuff don't pertain to us because most of you guys that got truck and trailers, you leased on to somebody. You leased on. You got your own authority. You pulling containers or something like that. You get a 1099. That's most guys. Okay. I mean, a lot of this stuff cross over to many different businesses. I mean, if you're a sole proprietor, I mean, a lot of this stuff is the same stuff. So, but this, I got to make a video from a truck driver. So I'm a driver, and like when I find out some stuff, I like to share it. So you got this whole application, right? You go to application. It's got all this stuff, right? You got to fill all this out, right? Okay. You fill all this out. You read through here. A lot of this stuff don't pertain to us because we don't have employees, we don't have payroll, but we're self-employed. So if you're self-employed, you got a business checking account, you're gonna do draws. You just transfer the money to your personal side. So in the case of this forgiveness for this PPP, for this money y'all getting, I'm glad y'all getting your money, right? I'm glad everybody getting it. It's a few guys out there not getting it. I feel sorry for you, but you've been asleep. You just been asleep. I feel sorry for you, but it's free money, so I don't know what else to tell you. But it's 11 pages. You just you read through it. But the main thing I want to talk about is right here on page 2. Okay, right here on page 2. This right here. This is what I want to talk about, because this section right here is talking about what they're gonna be looking for when it's time to get this thing forgiven. All right. So I read through here, and I'm kind of reading through here, and I can interpret this as what I interpret this is for the we can get the payroll, we can get that forgiven, no problem, right? We can get this part forgiven. You do what I told you to do in all my other videos. Like I told you, you get a checkbook, because we self-employed. We don't do payroll. We don't get 940s and stuff like that. We don't get a W-2. So you get your checkbook. Right? You get you a pen. You write yourself a check. You put your name in there and write yourself a check, and put PPP Payroll in the memo section. You sign it and deposit it. Okay? Every week you pay yourself. You go on your checking account and you download. I can't see myself. I need to be able to see myself. Hold on. I gotta be able to see myself. Okay. All right. So here is a cleared check from the bank. I don't want to get it too close because I don't want y'all getting my information. So here's a cleared check, right? It's got the bank stamp. It's been cleared. The money went to my personal side. Okay. This is proof of payroll for sole proprietors. Okay, self-employed people. Okay. I mean, you can do transfers. I mean, I'm talking to guys, they just doing transfers from the business checking to the personal checking. You could do that, but you running the risk of them not approving the forgiveness. So you don't want to be playing around. If you got to do a little bit extra to get this thing forgiven, do it. So that's payroll. We got the payroll covered. Okay, we got that covered. 8 weeks it is. Knock it out. But according to the rules, say you get 10,000. So you get a $10,000 PPP, right? According to these rules right here, they're only gonna forgive 75% for payroll, right? So I gotta make sure the stream's still running good. Okay. They're only gonna forgive 75% of this. So you do 10,000 times 0.75, $7,500. that's payroll, right? That's forgiving. Okay, you divide that by 8. That's gonna be $937 a week. You got to pay yourself. You got to show. You got to show that number. I would even do like $950 just to make sure. Just to, cause you don't want to play with these dollars, and you get in there and you submit your paperwork, and you might be $1 or $2 off. I would do like $940 just to be a little bit over. That way you giving yourself a little bit of room when they start calculating these numbers. You at the bank and you on the phone or you emailing them, however you dealing with them, and they may not forgive some of it because you didn't meet the 75% threshold, whatever the reason may be. These people come up with some reason. So I would do I would do $940 right here. So you got $10,000, right? Minus the $7,500, that's gonna leave you with $2,500 to spend. According to these rules in here, you have to spend the other 25% on non-payroll stuff. And this is what I want to talk about, because it's easy. We can easily get forgiven for the payroll, but the non-payroll stuff right here, this is what I'm concerned about, because as far as trucking is concerned, I don't see nothing in here that's, pertains to trucking, except this section right here. Okay, except this section right here. Because in trucking, if you just got a truck and trailer, right? We don't have mortgage, interest, unless some of y'all got a fleet and you got employee drivers and you got a drop yard, but we don't have a terminal. Most guys don't have a terminal with one truck. We don't pay rent. Okay, I mean, some of y'all may lease y'all truck, so this would cover you if you lease in your truck. I think they talking about real property though. I mean, real property, I interpreted that as like office building. Okay. I mean, depending on the bank may interpret this as being a truck lease, a trailer lease. I don't lease my trailer, and I don't lease my truck. My truck and trailer is financed through a bank, so I can't. I mean, here it says mortgage payments and interest, or payments of interest, but it says mortgage. You don't get a mortgage on a truck and trailer. So, you start digging into this. It's like, how can I interpret this? What is it that I need to be doing to get this thing forgiven? And so as I read through this, I'm like, okay, if you lease your truck, then you could probably get away with the $2,500, some of this PPP towards your truck lease or your trailer lease, if you actually leasing it, right? Personal property, and you have to have owned it or have it under agreement before February 15th. You can't start you can't, because I can see y'all mind getting a little creative. I know some guys are like, oh man, I want to get that PPP money, man. Here it is, March, and you want to start a LLC and start getting PPP money. No, you have to already have been in business, and these payments have to have been in accrued since February 15th. So don't, I know some of y'all might get creative with this, but section C right here is the section that kind of, along with this payroll, I think, utility payments, that's our cell phone. We use our cell phone to book loads and, You know, we in the truck, so we can get utility payments. The cell phone, that ain't a bunch of money. My cell phone is $100 a month, so that's 100. Business rent or lease payments. I pay a truck lot for parking. I have parking. I pay for parking to park my truck, so that's $150 a month. Wait a minute, back up. Plus 150, shoot, 100 plus 150. Okay, and I'm just trying to help y'all walk through, because these are the rules right here. This is what it say. And okay, in section C it says utility payments. That's cell phone, for service and distribution of electricity. We don't have buildings. We don't have gas, water. Now, right here where it says transportation costs. Now, transportation costs, I'm interpreting that as fuel. Okay, we pay for fuel in our truck to move our truck to come out here and make money. So we pay for fuel. So I'm thinking we can get transportation costs. That's fuel. That means you got to keep, if y'all got a fuel card, if y'all got a fuel card, I got a stack of fuel cards right here. I got a stack of them. Hold on. I got a stack of them right here. Just Comdata. So I could just log on to my Comdata account and download the invoices and get that forgiven. It's $2,500. I mean, you could probably spend $2,500 in fuel, like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? A good solid 3 weeks in fuel for $2,500. So we can get that forgiven. Telephone, that could be cell phone, your internet access. I mean, we mobile, you know, we can use our cell phone for internet. And that's pretty much it. Parking fees. And that's the only thing I can come up with as far as within these rules that I can interpret to get this money forgiven. I mean, what do y'all think? Let me pull this up and see what y'all talking about. Let me see. Where is this information? It's in the link below. Go in the video, open up the little description thing. The link is in there. Click on it. This application comes from the SBA website. Okay, they just came out with it. Go on the SBA website. Let me see. Had a delivery in Miami for Monday. It better be paying good. I've been seeing loads going down to Miami for $1,000. It's terrible. My tractor trailer got stolen last night. Oh man. You trying to tell me? Oh man, I'm sorry about that, man. Damn. Trevon, man, I'm sorry about that. Well, you know, guess you got insurance. That's what insurance is for, man. Now you can go get you a brand new truck and trailer, man. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Because now you got to go through all that rigmarole. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Damn. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? What's going on, Jeff? Bring it up. But anyway, so, damn, man, he got his truck and trailer stolen. Damn. You was parked at a hotel? Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But, you know, just gotta call the insurance up and do all that foolishness. You know, now you gotta put in a claim and all this. They're gonna try to undercut you for the value, you know, the value of your equipment and what it's worth. I don't know, man. Maybe the police might find it and you get it back. I've talked to guys who got their truck stolen and the police found it. I talked to one guy, his truck got stolen, and about a day later, they found his truck up under an underpass on the side of the road. So they found his truck under an underpass. Um, Maybe it got towed, man. You don't think the truck got towed? Maybe they towed it. Maybe they towed it. But anyway, man, go ahead and call your insurance, man. You had shampoo? No, that ain't no special freight. It didn't get towed. Damn. Yeah, that ain't no special freight. I mean, damn. But anyway, yeah. So this is the Paycheck Protection application. You just gotta fill this out, and that's about all I can come up with, you know. And so we got cell phone. My cell phone is $100. I pay $150 a month for parking. Um, I probably spend maybe 700 a week in fuel. So we can easily get this forgiven. So that'll be 250 times 2. That'll be 500 for if I can claim if I can use my truck parking because it says here covered rent obligations, business rent. That's business rent. So that could be under that business rent. Um, and we got transportation costs and telephone. So for us, transportation costs would be fuel. That would be telephone, internet access. That'll be your cell phone, and um, fuel, and we can get the payroll. And I think that I think we'll be all right. We'll get this whole thing forgiven. So for all y'all guys out there with them 20,000, 30, 40, 50,000 PPP um loans out there, y'all better make sure y'all able to justify them type of expenses. Um, you know, you better be able to justify them kind of expenses. So, I mean, if you was to get 20,000, because I think the max is 100,000. Okay, the max is 100,000. You divide that by 12, um, times 2.5. Your max PPP is 20. It's basically 21,000. So if you do 20,000 divide 8, you're gonna have to pay yourself. I'm sorry. Hold on. I did that wrong. 8, 83. Just say 8,300 times 2.5. That'll give you $21,000 PPP. 75% of that got to be payroll times 0.75. So, and you divide this by 8, you got to pay yourself $19.45 a week for payroll. And let's see, you're gonna have to the 2750 minus 15, 60. You're gonna have to figure out how to spend $5,100. I mean, if you got a lease truck, because I've been talking to guys, this guy's out here getting $20,000 PPPs. Okay, it's guys out here getting crazy PPP dollar amounts. I don't know how y'all gonna justify it. I don't know how y'all gonna justify it. You know, because I don't know how y'all gonna justify it. Because I know with one truck, you know, you could probably justify it with two trucks, but one truck, I don't know. All right, so let's look at the Schedule C. Here's a blank Schedule C, right? Your gross revenue. So you got your gross revenue. You want this line right here to be. You got to figure out how to get these expenses to be justified. You got to show it, because you're going to have to submit this profit and loss. You're going to have to submit this profit and loss, bank statements, your avoided payroll checks, your invoices for fuel. You talking about truck drivers? Invoices for fuel, invoices for your cell phone bill. You gotta submit your cell phone bill, and a few other things. I was reading somewhere, it's possible you can get truck washers. You can use truck washers in your PPP forgiving for non-payroll expenses. I've heard guys. Well, I ain't hear it from guys, but I've heard like tax people. They're allowing maintenance, like you can submit like maintenance invoices, like if you buy some tires and you get some tires put on, or you had some engine work or something like that, you had to put the transmission put on or something. The labor from the work can be used towards your PPP. That's what I heard. I mean, I don't know if it's for sure, so I don't know. So if you guys out here are showing line 31 with $100,000 profit, if you showing line number 31 right here as $100,000 in profit, I feel sorry for you because you're paying a whole lot of taxes. But if your line 31 is showing this number this doggone big, and you getting a $20,000 PPP, you gonna have to figure out how to get all this stuff in here. Okay, you're gonna have to get all this stuff in here to get this to get these expenses. When you go to forgive it, you have to make sure these expenses fit in here. Okay. And I mean, shoot, if you make 250,000 up here, let's say you make 250, and you got, you got all these expenses, right? And you got, say you got here's some more room right here to have some more expenses, and say you got $150,000 in expenses. Okay, total $150,000 expenses. Okay, it'll get this number to 100,000. This is just because I don't want to type in all this stuff right here. 8 through 27. 8 through 27. These are all the expenses. You got to figure out how to get this number, for this number to be justified. So you're gonna have to submit just your profit and loss, all your expenses, and you can get this thing forgiven, man. And so that's what it is. That's what it is. Jeff said, "Don't do the PPP in the unemployment area," which I heard drivers doing. It's a big no-no. Insurance don't count. Yeah, insurance don't count. It ain't on here. You know, it ain't on here. If you read in here, I don't see nothing in here that say insurance. Not equipment insurance anyway. Now they got insurance in here, but it's like payroll insurance. It's workers' comp insurance. Employee. Let's see for individual. So payroll expenses. Okay, and workers' comp is a payroll expense. So it don't say nothing about truck and trailer, general liability, and it don't say nothing about that insurance. Now, Jeff Jeff can attest to this because he got a fleet. He's got more than 3 trucks. I think if you got more than 2 to 3 trucks, you got to have workers comp, not workers comp, but and that's a payroll expense. I mean, he charged the drivers for it anyway. Guys with a fleet, they charging the drivers for it anyway. It's like $20 a month. You charge them, take it out their settlements for $4 a week. When you have the government requires you to get workers comp insurance. So that's a payroll expense. And yeah, so you can't do insurance, man. It ain't on here. You just gotta follow the rules. It ain't on here. So, like Jeff, I think he got his fleet set up as a C corp, so he's got payroll. It's easy. All you gotta do is print out your 940 reports, and it's done. He ain't got to do all this extra stuff. He just print out his 940 reports. So when you got a Schedule C, it's easy because you gotta, as with the Schedule C, you gotta do payroll. You gotta do the federal compliance with being a corporation. You gotta do those minutes and the payroll compliance and all that junk. But that's it, man. That's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like I needed to get this video out to y'all, and because I don't think a lot of guys are aware on. I'm talking about truck drivers. I mean, if you got a regular business, this stuff is easy because this stuff is clear cut. But if you self-employed, it's difficult to understand exactly what we need to do because we're truck drivers, and it's kind of like a gray area because we don't have buildings, we don't have mortgages for the truck, and in some cases we may have some rent, but it may be parking lot rent. Okay, it's a lease. It's kind of a lease. I pay rent and it's a lease. I park my truck, but it's not a mortgage. It's not a building. So but for what I understand, transportation, cell phone, and if you pay a drop lot to park your truck, you can get the parking fees. You can do that. It's a few other things you can get, but in general, that's probably what we're looking at: payroll, transportation costs is a fuel. So, and then the cell phone. I'm trying to look at my situation and see if I can apply at the end of that. That's the only thing I can think of. So that's pretty much it. let's see. There isn't any definitive guidance yet from the SBA to say if equipment leases would be included non-payroll costs. Um, let's see. Equipment leases. I mean, it's vague though. What I don't like about it, this junk is so vague. Payments, interest, mortgages. Okay, covered rent, business rent, or lease payments. Pursued to lease agreements for real and personal property enforced before February 15th. So, if you got a lease payment before February 15th, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you want to check with the place that gave you the loan. I mean, maybe you can call SBA. Maybe call SBA and ask them, like, look, I got a truck lease. I have a lease truck from Snyder. Man, I got a lease truck from MHC. I got a lease truck from Ryder. I got a lease truck. I'm leasing this truck. I don't own it. I'm leasing it. And I got a lease truck from Volvo. Whatever the case may be, you leasing the truck. And it's like you renting the truck. And so it could. It's a gray area. But I'm thinking this business rent leasing, I think they're talking about buildings. I mean, truck and trailers are real property. So it's so, but we close though. I mean, at least the fuel, at least the payroll and the fuel, transportation costs, that's the fuel. So I think that's a no-brainer. I know sometimes I spend $3,000 to $4,000 a month on fuel if I'm running good. So that's easy. So I think we can easily get that knocked out. And you just print your com data. I got com data. That's how I pay for my fuel. That's how I manage my fuel and keep track of my fuel expense through com data. And so I can just go on there and print out the invoices. Done. It's fuel. So let's see. Can a business loan stop me from getting a mortgage loan? No, I don't think so. If you sign for the business loan under your own, under your Social Security, I think so. Because if they see that large loan on you, they may not want to let you. They may not qualify for you for the mortgage. But if you watch my videos, you're not applying for business debt under your own name. You're getting an LLC and applying for business debt under a LLC. Now, you may have to sign a personal guarantee for it, depending on your credit, your personal credit. But more than likely, you got an LLC. Most commercial places, they're going to want you to have an LLC. A lot of places don't want you applying for this stuff in a personal name anyway. They want you to have a business entity. And so, like my truck and trailer is in my business name. My trailer loan is in my business name. Like, the only time a business loan will show up on your personal credit unless you default. If you late on the bill or something like that, it may show up on your personal credit. It might. It might. But generally, it shouldn't. It shouldn't stop you from getting a mortgage. Unless, like I said, if you apply for a truck and trailer loan on your personal. If you put on that loan your first and last name and Social Security, and it shows up on your personal credit, and when that mortgage company runs your credit and they see $50,000 Freightliner financial on your credit, you ain't gonna get qualified for that house because it's a big loan. Um, you know. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only debt, it's just a numbers game. If they calculate your debt to income, if they calculate your income to debt or debt to income ratio, and they see that you can afford it, then it really don't matter. You know. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this PPP forgiveness application. This is what this is right here. If you want, the application is in the link. If it's the link is down below, you just click it, and it'll take you straight to it. And y'all can look at it yourself and make up your own mind. But from my situation, I'm thinking the PPP that I got, I think I'm good for what I'm seeing right here. I think I'm good. I think with the payroll and that stuff there. So I think, so yeah, man, I appreciate it. Big Face, what's going on, man? You get your PPP, man? I hope you got it. Shoot. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time. Gotta figure out how to turn this thing off.